Chapter 16: Equity. This new thought process that had emerged with the analysis of the marketing cost information was gaining currency. She had even shared it with her bankers, and they seemed to love it. Then it so happened that she got a call from the United Commercial Bank requesting a meeting with her. They informed her that their country manager for small and medium enterprises wanted to meet her and Jake. She was excited as she readied herself for the meeting. Jake also prepared himself for the meeting, armed with all the information about his company, products, markets, and customers. The team from the United arrived, and the white shirts and smart black suits were ushered into the meeting room. Paul and his colleague Christy had a pleasant and disarming persona. They eased themselves into conversation and were eager to hear Jake speak about the business. Jake began a carefully prepared presentation on the whole business scenario. Michelle noticed that the two bankers were listening with great interest to all that Jake doled out. They sat up in their chairs when he began to talk about the product performance in various markets and the tactics that he along with Steve were working on for each category. The bankers asked a lot of questions and quizzed Jake politely but incisively. Jake was up to the task. He presented analysis after analysis and even talked of the finance of the whole company and the monkey sitting on the asset allocation at the time being. Paul laughed as his eyes brightened. "Oh," he exclaimed, "an amazingly lucid presentation of the entire thought process and learning. I must add that in my experience of 2 decades working with small and medium enterprise sector, I could not have done a better job." Paul carried on. "Well, Jake, the reason that Christy and I came to meet you is that our bank has had a long relationship with your company. We are aware that the recent investments that your company has made in the new equipment is a cause for all the tightness that you're facing. We have a proposal." He gave a dramatic pause. Christy then took over. "We're keen to take an equity stake in your organization. We realize that the equipment purchase is indeed a strategic step that you've taken. We would inject the cash into the company, and this would allow you space to develop and prepare this technology for the market." Michelle carefully interjected. "Thank you indeed for the offer. As you say, it is no secret that we're undergoing a squeeze. Even so, as Jake has shown, we're in control, and though the boat is rocking, we're afloat. Resource injection at this point would help the company, but the crucial question is the pricing of the equity. As you are aware, Jake has built his organization with hard work and the experience of his lifetime. It would not be appropriate to give his company away because we see the first sign of trouble. But yes, I think we can pursue a line of discussion if you intend to participate in the company with the same spirit as Jack has shown." Paul and Christy were in total agreement. "We respect and fully understand the sentiment. Our bank respects all entrepreneurs. Our relationship with such customers is our strength. We are long-term players and understand that your business is best managed by you. We bring to the table growth strategies and funding options which enlarge wealth all around. We would like you to see us as playing a nurturing role. Sure, Jake would give up some equity. Together, we would be able to take this organization to the stock exchanges and see that the value unlocking happens to the benefit of everybody. Jake and the team that has stood by him would stand to gain from this immensely." Michelle was no novice to the markets. She understood what Union was driving at. Over the next day or so, there was intense discussion between Jake and Michelle. She explained to Jake that the equity in the balance sheet was the one area which was directly under his control as owner of the company. He and he alone could nurture this. Every action in the company found its way of impacting the equity of the company. As a custodian of this, Jake had to play a mature role in order to enhance its value. Jake seemed to understand that all the talk about information, conservative projections, integrity during discussion liabilities had actually meant to point at protecting the equity. He was beginning to develop a feel for accounting at last.